All right, guys, what's going on? Apologize. I just got caught up in editing, so make sure the leveling's not off. So my fault. Start a little bit early, starting to the second period here. Stars go on the power play, tied game 0-0. 18:24 in the second. I'll be here for the rest of the second period. Let's go, Madison. Appreciate you popping through. Started a little bit later. I got caught up editing that video for the Panthers. I was waiting for the clips to get through, so a little bit longer than expected. What's going on, Fajardo? How's it going, bud?
Not much. Enjoying the game. Just had dinner. Sorry about being late.
No worries. I mean, I was late too. I just started. I got done editing.
Nice.
The Florida Panthers, Madison. Florida Panthers go up in the series 3-2. I just put a video up on the channel, just live right now. Did a breakdown of it. So go check that video out in another window if you can. Drop a like on it. Appreciate it. And it's good to see you, Jimmy Dean. I'm simulcasting on the Talking Shit podcast and the Locker Room. The Locker Room is where I do pretty much do all my hockey coverage, cover every single team around the league. And make sure if you enjoy hockey content, if you pop in, that you hit that subscribe button. So Stars here on the power play, minute 55. Tight game thus far, 0-0. So, Alex, what are you expecting here from Dallas? You expecting a good little punch back here after Seattle's emotional OT winner?
I mean, to be honest, I expect Dallas to go for broke here because they cannot afford to lose 2 games at home.
Oh, what a move by Tanev
at the beginning of this series. Seattle has too much fight in them to allow them to take a lead. I just feel like it'll play into the hands of Seattle if they do take a lead in this series.
So Heiskanen over here to Robertson. Robertson down low to benn. Benn tried to find, I think that was Pavelski, but Pavelski now up high here. Pavelski over to Robertson. So the Dallas Pavelskis lost last game, 5-4 in overtime.
Dallas, the Lone Ranger, the Lone Star.
Yeah, he was literally the Lone Ranger in that game. He played really well.
Amazing.
Yeah,
amazing how over the past couple of nights we've seen 2 superstars literally put in 4 goals to not win.
Yeah, it's and Leon Draisaitl did it absolutely. He was a hell of a game. I would say good save there by Oettinger. I would say that for me, Draisaitl has been the best player on the Oilers roster for sure.
100%. Connor McDavid is like number 3 right now.
Yeah, the Kraken won. Oh, game 1. I'm sorry. I thought you meant of tonight. Yeah, game 1. The Kraken won that. I apologize. My fault on that. What channel? This is on TNT. If you want to watch along there, Jimmy Dean. If you are in North America, I think it's on Sportsnet if you're up north. So, but if you're in the good old USA, it's TNT. So, but yeah, Kraken won. Pavelski scored 4 goals in that first game, and he played really well. You know, he just he's 38 years old and he's one of these rare players that just gets better with age and reinvents himself extremely well. But 20 seconds left here on the power play. Back here to the point. We got to see Dallas really hasn't had much offensive zone puck possession here on the power play. Good. Oh, and he shanked that. Domi. Max Domi whiffed that at the point. Domi here. Coming here, working the half wall. Trying to find that one-timer. Full strength here. 5-on-5. Oh, they buried one there. I think Wyatt Johnson got that one.
Yes, sir. He got that rebound.
That was a good play there. Even strength goal. Right off the power play. They had good puck possession. I liked what I saw there. Some good movement.
I'll say a lot of teams that are in the playoffs need to take note on how these two teams are playing, because getting the puck on net is going to be big. Some of the other teams are just playing it too cute, not getting enough shots on the net, not getting ugly and grimy. They're just trying to make it look nice and all that. That's not going to work. You need this type of effort if you wanna go deep.
You gotta love that effort by Johnson. He gets the redirect, follows the rebound.
All right, I'm gonna stop it at 15:45.
Okay, I'll count it down from. So you said 45.
Yeah, 15:45.
Okay, yeah, you're like about 30 seconds ahead. So I'm at 16:09 now. So we got a good start here. Dallas is out shooting Seattle 14-7.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of interesting, though. And actually, I'll count this down now. 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44. So,
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Here, keeping in the offensive zone. Oh, they're trying to get another one real quick. Smart. You might as well, build off that momentum.
Yep.
Short's coming in across the blue line over to Eberle. Eberle back over here. Go a little bit wide on that shot.
A little bit.
Yeah, Dunn's got to hit the net, man.
Oof. Ooh, he hit the rough.
So, we're seeing some rookies come out here. Beniers,
nice
Johnson,
to meet you, Jimmy D.
You have some of the best rookies in the NHL of this season, in this series. And, I'm expecting these guys. They're going to be the difference makers. You know what I mean? They're going to have to be the difference makers that kind of help along and get this team back. Look, both guys tied at 24 goals as a rookie. That's pretty impressive. Seattle keeps it in. Throws it over here. Seattle's having a little bit tough time of it. There's a lot of Dallas defense. Dallas is really good right here on the defensive zone. They're just got two bodies on one, but that can kind of open up an odd man situation. Oh, and Sagan's not able to get it out, and now they eventually get it out. Robertson coming up here, and Sagan trailing. Robertson will throw it low down to Sagan. Sagan throws it in front. That's passed, blocked. Eiskin in here. Oh, big save there by Grubauer. I think Dallas is just throwing a lot of pucks on net. That's smart, though. Get some pucks on net. You never know how the puck will bounce. Oh, what was that drop pass? Oh, Seguin was just a little bit behind Johnson there. What's going on, JL? Good to see you. Good to see you here, JL. So, JL, we got a Florida Panther 2-0 lead. Miller here, low shot on Grubauer. Big save by Grubauer. Miller fouled up a rebound. Good succession save there by Grubauer. Miller throws it down low. Dallas is all over Seattle, man. They're playing strong.
Yeah.
But we've seen that Seattle has a lot of fight in themselves. Oettinger will hold the puck, throws it. I hate when my goalie plays it. Not a Stars fan saying that. I just have PTSD flashbacks from Game 5 in Boston.
It's real.
It is real. So, Dallas is absolutely voracious there, unfortunately. They're not giving Seattle much time and space here. They're just not. It's interesting, though. Vegas went up 1-0 in their series as well against the Oilers. It seems like there's just a lot of drama here in this postseason.
I mean, you know what it is? It's kind of putting the skill versus will test on the line. There's a lot of teams that are very skilled and are not as good or being equal by a team that just works hard and may not be as skilled as they are. So, think by the end of this postseason, we're going to really have a better understanding of which one of the two is can make a champion.
Well, the defense is what worries me if I'm the Oilers or the Knights, because both teams did not play great defensively. Like, they let in some really bad.
Oh, they had defense on the ice?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and it's not just defensemen. Like, the team defense, right, from the forwards was absolutely horrific. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And so I'm not going to be, the decore's bad. Like, no, it's just the forwards don't come in back check, right? Why has Florida been so successful, right? It's not because of it's just their good decoy. Their forwards play. Oh, what a shot. Good save there by Grubauer. Wow. Roope Hintz almost had one there.
JL, hold on one second. JL, the way that this is going back and forth, it really does feel like it's scripted. LA won game 1. Golden State is just blowing them out in game 2. I wouldn't doubt if it seesaws all the way to game 7. You're right. It does seem scripted.
Scripted. I don't. JL, the Panthers will be getting dominated by the Leafs soon. I mean, I don't. Listen, the cope is strong. The cope is strong, right? Because I was seeing a lot of Leafs fans like, oh, it's going to be a sweep. It's going to be a sweep. I'm like, it's not. Like, if they beat the Bruins in 7, they're not going to just, like, get run roughshod over. And Florida just made some bad defensive plays, in my opinion, right? I mean, sorry, Toronto did. And they paid for it. And Bobrovsky's been playing like a man out of his mind. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the Bobrovsky you paid $10 million for. You know what I mean? Like, That's the guy that you paid $10 million for, not like what we saw in the regular season. And I think we're putting a little bit too much stock what happened in the regular season. These Panthers are playing a completely different thing.
They're playing the President Trophy winning team that they had last year style. Just saying. Yeah.
I mean, so I think we got to stop disrespecting Panthers. We just do. Like, it's not going to be serious. Bruins fans, JL said, Bruins fans got to taste their own medicine with the 3-1 thing. I mean, but you guys were up 3-1 in game 7, and then you collapsed. That's different. I mean, the Panthers are just a good team. You know? Matthew Tkachuk is the best player in that series.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal player.
Agitator, skilled, physical.
You know, it's just he has everything. He's like physical. He's got all the skill hands. Like, his passing's really good. He set up Lundell, I think it was, on a back door.
Yeah.
Or I have to look back. Yeah, they played really, really well. So I think you got to be impressed what you see if you're a Panthers fan. And if Florida gets a 3-0 stranglehold series, like if Florida wins game 3, man, that's a really, really tall mountain to climb if you're the Maple Leafs. So I'm expecting the Maple Leafs to have their best game of the series in game 3. They're going to come out there with their backs up against the wall. Seattle here. Hintz back over. Oh, bad turnover there. Oh, we got Robertson coming in. Chip trying to chip it to himself. I thought at first it was a breakaway for a second with a camera angle. Tolvanen coming in here on the forecheck. Heiskanen. Now we're seeing Seattle's going to keep it in here. Oh, Dadonov, he wrapped it. Oh, that's a goal. I thought it went in initially, though.
It did go in initially.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're going to review which of the 2 goals was valid. But the first one was valid as they go into slow-mo and they review it. You'll see that the puck went on edge into the pad over the line completely. So Dadonov is how you say it?
Dadonov, yeah.
He'll get credit for the goal, for the first goal.
Well, I like how Ben just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop it at 10:40 because I changed the channel to take a look at what JL was saying about the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors series.
So all right, it's 10:54. So, but Dadonov gets a big one there.
Yeah, that's huge for them, taking a big lead. But you can't sleep on Seattle
Nope,
because Seattle is one of those teams. They'll fight back and they'll come back and surprise you.
they will. They absolutely will. Dallas has been taking it to the Seattle, man. They've been in their zone quite a bit.
Yeah.
So we got to see a little bit more control and clean break-ins here by Seattle, dumping it into the corner. Geeky back to the point.
What's your
Dunn
time?
throws it down low. Oh, tries to throw it in front.
What's your time?
Sorry, 10:24.
Oh, I was waiting this whole time. My fault.
Sorry, I forgot.
You're good.
I didn't expect you to change it again. Sorry, my fault. Just resume and I'll just go up to like real time and we'll kind of go from there.
I'm at well, they just blew the whistle at 10:11.
Yeah, I'm at 10:11 now.
All right. I'll make adjustments accordingly.
Dadnoff. Okay, yeah, Dadnoff.
Dadnoff. Yes.
Dadnoff. Okay. Thanks, miscellaneous. Appreciate
it.
I've heard Dadanoff on NHL, Dadnoff. Like you know, certain announcers call shit different. It's just it fucking sticks with you. But
listen,
Dadnoff.
PSA: don't get mad at Paul when he mispronunciates anybody's name. He really doesn't mean it. He's just horrible.
That's why I laugh when some people are like it's pronounced like this. I'm like, listen, did you understand who I was saying? Yes. Like, yep, good enough. It's like I can hear someone's name for like years, and I'll be like, still fucking butcher it. Oh, man, Dallas got some good possession here. It's 9:45, 9:44. What time are you at?
I'm just like 3 seconds ahead.
That's fine. Just leave it there. That's fine.
36.
35, 34. Okay. Oh, good. Oh.
Yeah. I took I paused it for a second, so we did.
I thought it was a penalty for a second. JL says, funny how Dallas has a better hockey team when they get no snow and are terrible with their football teams and basketball teams. I mean, Luka Doncic is a monster, right?
Yeah.
You know, Dallas got decent. Their fans can be a little crazy.
Their basketball team is good. The problem is that they overlook certain talent, right? Like they didn't realize that the heart of the movement on that team was Jalen Brunson. They let him go to the Knicks, and as you can see, that didn't fare well for Dallas, and it definitely changed the outlook of what the Knicks are doing and what they do, especially now in the playoffs and everything else. He's a crucial piece, and Dallas is one of those teams. Like they have a particular system, and if you don't really fit their system, they kind of overlook you sometimes. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's one of those things. They misread that whole scenario with Jalen Brunson. They should have, if they would have kept him, they would be, definitely in the playoffs still, in my opinion.
So JL said, I saw that iDubbbz video you made. I completely forgot about him. His beef with Jake Paul. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting because he's kind of become the exact thing he hated. So it used to roast. So I just thought that was kind of an interesting video, especially with that goofy, in my opinion.
Who was it?
Jake Paul. You can when you get a chance, I'll send you the link to the video. You can watch it. It's like 12 minutes. And but yeah, it was guys. I'm fine with people changing over time, but if you cultivate an audience, like a certain type of audience, don't be shocked when they don't change with you. You know what I mean? Like if you're known for trolling, being on the edge for edgy humor, don't be completely surprised when your fans not gonna accept your PC.
I have to say that this is a pretty accurate statement. I'm not gonna lie. If you think about everything and whatnot, the way that things have played out for Dallas and for the Bruins,
I mean, Pasta showed up at the end of the series, and that's just not in the beginning. But I mean, I'll just say this: I would say more of a Carmelo Anthony than Doncic.
Nah, bro. Carmelo just. He showed up to get water a lot.
That's what I was kind of saying with Pasta at times.
See, at least he showed up towards the end of the series.
I mean, yeah.
Doncic is actually he's one of those guys. You give him a little bit of leeway, he's gonna run you over the whole time, right? But the problem with Dallas is they have no real other threat. So if you just guard him, the whole team is shut down.
Yeah.
With Jalen Brunson on there, how you call it? It was a different look because Jalen Brunson required attention. He made other people around him better with his distribution, his
Yeah.
attacking abilities. So it really changed the look that Dallas had. So when they lost him in the offseason to the Knicks, they didn't really find anybody else or have anybody else that could really do that same thing.
Right.
And for them, that's why they didn't have such a great year this year. Whereas the Knicks picked them up, and well,
Oh, nice goal.
Oh, nice shot. Oh man,
We got ourselves the games, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, man. That's what I want.
Seattle's back. They're ready. Woo-hoo.
Second
Wow,
career
his
goal.
5th NHL game, bro. That's that kid they put in, I think, game 5 during that Colorado series or whatever.
Let's fucking
And he
go.
scored in his first game.
I'm here for the Seattle Kraken wagon, though. Like,
Yeah. I think I told you when the playoffs started. That's going to be a very interesting one against Colorado. But I like the
nice
Kraken.
shot, though. Look at that shot placement. Right over his shoulder.
Nipped
Like
it.
handcuffed, kind of. Oettinger just ripped it right over his
Where mama hides the cookies.
top basket, boy. Point here. So Seattle does got to get a little bit more puck possession. They scored off the rush there. So hopefully they can get a little bit of possession here. 3-on-2, abbreviated, cutting in. Oh, almost, man. Seattle's starting to feel themselves now. Getting a shot here at the circle.
Okay,
Puck loose.
You're
Wow.
at 15, 14, 13.
13, 12,
Yeah,
11.
yep. I had to forward it a little bit to catch up to you, but I'm here now.
Oleksiak over here. The Dunn up. Solving it up. Solving it back.
Dallas's pressure points is they're pushing 2. They're doing a 2-1-2 formation where they have the 2 pushing. The center kind of sticking around the blue line. The 2 defensemen kind of at the red line, falling back as the attack comes to them. The only problem is when the center stepped up the past couple of times.
Yeah, it burned them.
Yeah, they've been burnt by the Kraken because they get around him, and then it becomes a 3-on-2, as you saw again just there. So it's one of those things where Dallas is going to have to play a little bit smarter before the Kraken really crack on them and find that next goal to tie it up.
Well, like you gotta like what you're seeing here.
What's up, Corey?
Oh man, Geeky just missed that. That should have been a goal.
Yeah, he was too light on the stick there.
Appreciate you popping in, Geeky. I mean, Geeky. Connor, Corey.
Gee, I said it. I said it already.
Oh.
I gave the PSA. My man's name pronunciations completely off.
I love hockey when they shove them and get into fights. Dallas playing dirty. They cannot win without double teams when shoving Seattle. I mean, they're playing pretty strong. Oh, we got a. Ooh, I thought he was gonna go through there clean.
Oh, what a hit!
That was a good hit.
Yeah.
Good patience here at the line. Donato gets blocked.
Oh, that was close. The problem with Dallas is they're overextending themselves to create this pressure, and it looks like Seattle's picking up on how to break this pressure, and they're gonna if they continue with this pressure. Well, Dallas, if they continue with the pressure, Seattle's just gonna crack that pressure and just go right through and score because they've already broken it.
Oh,
times.
what an effort there, man! Using his one hand to fend him off and drive there. Good play there of the Dallas player.
See?
We're getting a lot of back and forth here. It's not really, it's not calming down. It's just a lot of back and forth.
But is that wise on Dallas's part, leading by a goal?
No,
not at all.
They should be looking to get puck possession like they were before.
Exactly. Slow down the pace a little bit.
Oh, Eberle,
that would have been nice.
Eberle almost hit him there. That would have been a beautiful play.
Yeah.
Working
They
down
just
low.
need to calm down a little bit, control the pace, get it down low, start the cycle game, keep it in the Seattle Kraken zone.
Absolutely.
I mean, you have a 2-1 lead. Why put yourself in a predicament to lose that lead?
Smart play there by Robinson with soft dump, but Seattle's coming up here. Schwartz across. Yeah, that's off. Yeah, I was gonna say that definitely looked offside.
Yeah, I was gonna say his foot wasn't necessarily on the right side.
I'm a pirate girl. Appreciate you popping in. Go Kraken. Send a love from Seattle. Call me Jade to make it easier. Okay. Welcome to the stream, Jade. Appreciate you popping in.
Yep. Welcome.
Flames the dark horse next season. I mean, possibly if they can get things together. They fired Daryl Sutter. So it'd be interesting to see who takes over there. If the conflict was more to right now, who would win it? Matthew Tkachuk. No, honestly, it would be Leon Draisaitl. It would be Leon Draisaitl. He's got 11 goals already. He's got 11 fucking goals.
That guy is an animal.
Bro. He's a playoff monster. So, I mean, he's the best German-born player of all time, right? That's pretty safe to say at this point.
Yeah, I could say yes.
I mean, like, Olaf Kolzig's up there, but, like, Draisaitl's at the level. Yeah. JL says the NBA should take notes. Let them be aggressive.
Imagine. Are you coming down the lane? Pow, clothesline.
like it used to be back in the day.
Oh yeah. Charles Oakley was notorious for that, bro. Are you kidding me? I remember that. Charles Oakley. You never wanted to go down by the basket when Charles Oakley was playing. For the Knicks. It was just ridiculous.
So Miscellaneous Silliness said the best moves the Flames have made in the last 5 years was firing Tree Living and especially Sutter. JL said Sutter is some old bag, good written. I think Sutter's just old school, and I don't think it translates with some of these new players. It just doesn't. Yep. And I think I don't think he's a terrible coach. The problem is with some of these head coaches is that when you get to a certain age, they stop evolving with the time. You know what I mean? Like some coaches are very good at being player coaches, but you got to find a balance because you can't be so soft that you never criticize your players, but you can't be such a friggin' a dick that your players absolutely hate.
You can't be a Tortorella.
Yeah.
Torts does that.
Torts does that, but Torts also is a little bit of a player's coach. I think
100%.
I think his shit can get a little bit old at times. I'll fully agree with that. And that's why he's one of those coaches you only have there for like 3 years max, right? But, I mean, Tortorella, I can't really argue. I mean, even in Philly, where that team is not good on paper, made him fight.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny to hear a lot of Rangers fans. Obviously, we all know what happened or whatever. We're finding out about some injuries that some of the players had. Even like Patrick Kane apparently had come into trade with that lower body injury, so he was never 100% ever while he was with the Rangers. But people were saying, "Oh, get rid of Gallant, bring back Tortorella," and it's just like, calm down, calm down. You know what I mean? Like a coach is going to make adjustments. It's the players' jobs to execute these adjustments. It is not the coaches that can do that. The coaches can say this and that. And it's funny because when you look at teams, right, that make adjustments and everything, everybody gives, the coach made all the adjustments and all this stuff or whatever the case is. Yeah, but the players executed the adjustment. It's a two-way street because you have a lot of teams that a coach can try different things or whatnot, and if the players just don't commit to it, then it's the coach's fault. It's not the coach's fault. It's a 50-50, right?
I think when you lose the room, it's kind of obvious. Good shot there by Dadonov. A little wide there of the net. Dallas.
Oh my Lord, Jesus!
This ain't WWE, bro. You can't.
My man said, "Out of nowhere." Oh, he did the Randy Orton, baby. Woo!
RKO.
He definitely RKO'd him right there.
What was that, bro? Hold on.
Come on, Jay. That was not no bullshit.
Borgen, look at Borgen's like, sit down.
Oh my. Somebody was watching WWE. Okay, got it.
Oh, bro, he put his arm around his head. What? That's not bullshit. What, dude?
I'm telling you. I think he whispered in his ear, out of nowhere.
Oh man,
Yeah, they've
I
been.
can't, like Morgan just didn't like that guy. That's hilarious. Bro, he literally put his arm around his fucking head and just said, "Sit down, son." Just spin him around. So we got an offensive zone draw for Dallas. It'd be big for them to get another one here. It really would, because they've, most of the game I would say is
They're
definitely
gonna
been
need
in
it.
favor of Dallas.
Yeah, the way that the Kraken have been fighting back since the goals, Dallas is gonna need more insurance.
Yeah, absolutely.
This one goal lead is not gonna be enough. I promise.
No, it's not. No, Seattle's got a lot of fight in them. Shots are 24-12, and it really Seattle's played a far better second period here. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the second period. So we got Seattle's really good at clogging that side. Tough entry, and they're going to do a nice clear.
I want to answer this question right here.
Answer it.
Why are all the road teams winning? I'll tell you why. It's a very simple answer. Because when you're on the road, there's nothing but the game. You get to focus on what's going on.
Wyatt
When you're the home team,
good goal.
Yeah.
Wyatt Johnson had a good goal there. Was that Pavelski again?
Yep.
The Dallas Pavelskis, boys. Let's go. My guy's got
Pavelski's just an
5
animal.
goals in a series.
Yeah, but back to this. It's just like, are they gonna fight in between here?
No, I think he just bumped into him.
Got it. But when you're on the road, it's a lot easier to just focus on the game. You know, you can understand, you can read stuff, you can, just focus on the game and be mentally prepared for the game. Whereas when you're home, right, there's a lot of other things that can play a part, and I'm not saying it always does, but it can play a part where, you have your family, if you have your kids, if you have this, whatnot. I mean, honestly, if I was coaching one of these teams, even home games, especially during playoffs, home games, you're staying in a hotel. You're not staying home. You're not doing anything. We're going to focus on the game. That would be me.
Probably be hard to enforce, though. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you want to win, I think you do whatever may help the team.
So 3-1 here. Dallas can cover there by Oettinger.
So now this is where it's going to get chippy, and this is going to favor Seattle. The game getting chippy is going to favor Seattle if Dallas is not careful, right? Because Dallas has a 2-goal lead right now. You don't need to get into these scrums. You don't need to get injured, take dumb penalties, or be put in a position to allow the Kraken to get back into the game.
Pavelski's just so good at getting those goals, man. Like whether it be a tip, rebound, like that's a talent itself, man. His 69th career postseason goal, nice. Like I think he should just stop there for his career, call it,
Just tell the ref, hey, listen, do me a favor, let me just get the mic, make this announcement. I'm just gonna stop right here. I appreciate everybody. Thanks. Good luck to the rest of the team. I'm out. Imagine.
Hot damn, Rick Allen. Rick Allen in the chat. How you feeling, buddy? After your Maple Leafs not getting that win.
Tough.
Let's go Stars. Pig Feet. Good to see you. Appreciate you checking us out here on Twitch. Don't disagree why it would favor Seattle as long as Dallas keeps up physically. Yep. Refs are betting on games like they were Pete Rose. Jesus. Rick Allen, I'm going to find both of you TKO you individually for sending such bad vibes to Toronto. No bad vibes here.
I definitely did not send any bad vibes to Toronto.
No.
I believe we expected Toronto to win and go far and go deep into the.
Now, before the series, I changed it to Panthers and 7 just for the toxicity sake. But but I think hey, listen, in that Leafs game, right? They hit some bars, they had some chances, but they just weren't able to bury them. And Bobrovsky played absolutely fantastic. And if I'm a Maple Leaf fan, I'm a little bit worried because I don't think they played a terrible game. I think for stretches they were actually the better team. I mean, overall, I thought Toronto dictated the play a bit more. They were better than they were in game one. But I'd be concerned that even when you have the quote unquote the better game, you still lose. So, if Leafs got to find a way to win. They just do.
I say Pavelski catches both of those guys right now in this playoffs series.
Bro, he had like 5 in 2 games already in just this series. Like
my man has like 7 goals, and he's only played. This is only his 3rd game.
We forget how good Pavelski was in San Jose.
Oh yeah.
Because the only problem with San Jose, why he couldn't probably is in the lead, is they kept getting first rounded. So, would you say that San Jose with Joe Thornton was a failure? Like when they had Pavelski, Marlowe, you know what I mean? Like all these talented players. Like, would you consider that run in San Jose a failure since they never got a cup?
Man, that's tough. I like that team. I like that team a lot.
Remember they had like Evgeny Nabokov.
Bro,
like
they were disgusting. They
just came up short.
They just did. You know what's funny? That they had clutch players, but they couldn't play clutch together.
No.
Because, like, once they left, right, they played clutch everywhere else they went. Everywhere else they went, they were, like, crucial to the team. To a certain degree, they were the veteran guys that helped lead the locker room. And all that stuff in the playoffs. And it's just like, where was that when you were in San Jose, guy? Like,
so JL, Panthers are not a good team. Let's be honest. They squeaked by Boston. That makes no sense because Boston had a great season. And let's be real, this is a Cinderella team. You can't say they're not a good team when they're beating your team.
I mean,
am I correct? Like,
no. You can say
they're not a good team if they're. Like,
yeah, I mean, Jay,
you're a hater.
Yeah, you listen, Jay. You
respect what they're doing. They're good on the forecheck. They have the talented players. They have the best player in that series with Matthew Tkachuk. Like, there's good talent in Florida. The question that with Florida, right, and I think we both talked about, was the goaltending before going into the playoffs, and Bobrovsky's giving them that.
Yeah, he actually decided to show up now. Yeah. As far as like skill wise, maybe the Maple Leafs have some more skill than them, but again, the fight that Florida's putting in, the grit that they're playing with, like they're just overpowering that skill difference, and that's what's winning them the game. Like it seems like they want it more, and I'm not saying they do. It just seems that way because of the fight that they keep putting up.
So, let's we'll go into the categories down low, all right? Because it likes to take away that box score for whatever reason. But Seattle up here. I'm sorry, Dallas up 3-1. All the scoring happened in the second period. Saw some good bounce back there from the crack attack. So you gotta like that if you're a Kraken fan. It's not like they're going away, but Dallas, man, they really responded. Pavelski gets that big rebound, and we're going in. And I agree with Madison. The Panthers might be a center wrestler, but they're at least doing something. They're absolutely playing well. You can't take that away from those kids. You just can't. JL says the Leafs are not my team for the time being. I am cheering for the Oilers.
Wow. Okay.
I'm confused. Wait a minute. Are you a Leafs fan or an Oilers fan? You keep going like with this. Like what is this?
My man said whoever wins. Whichever of the two wins, that's my team.
Okay. Because he's the one that's been super for a Canadian. Well, the Leafs fans will soon spank these Panthers, man. These bandwagon. I mean, dude, it's not bandwagon when you're seeing a trend in the postseason. They're playing really well.
Yeah, I mean, I've spoken with some of the subscribers, some of the fans that I interact with every day, and they're not by any means Florida Panther fans, but they're saying that it just looks like they're getting all the bounces, like everything is just falling in their favor. Like, when you see something magical happening, right? And that's what a lot of people are coming to like they're just coming to that realization. Like, it just looks like the Panthers are meant to go all the way this year.
Wait.
Just saying.
JL. You're a Flames fan and you're rooting for the Oilers. You cannot say bandwagon then. You cannot say bandwagon. You can't say bandwagon if you're rooting for your rival.
Oh man, that's tough.
I
can't criticize. I cannot criticize.
No, you can't say bandwagon.
I respect it.
Dude, that'd be like
I respect it. I respect it. I have that dilemma.
That'd be like me, right? We're playing in the let's go baseball analogy here, right? Red Sox, Yankees. Yankees go on to beat the Red Sox in a series, and then they go like to the World Series. That'd be me like, go Yankees! Like, no, that's not gonna happen. Hate you guys. Right? That's just me. Maybe I'm old school in that. I'm not gonna.
Well, I don't. All right. So you don't have the dilemma he has, right? It's a dilemma I have for sure. See, like, I love my hometown, so for me, I support every team that's in my hometown. Obviously, I have my favorite, right? And when I play the other teams, then I don't like those teams. But at the end of the day, you kind of still want it to be part of your home that wins whatever trophy it may be. So, like, I'm a New York fan, right? Doesn't mean I hate the Brooklyn Nets. I'm a Knicks fan first, right? But if the Nets make it, then okay, hey, go Nets.
So JL says, same with Blue Jays, Raptors. Yeah, but there's only one team in those leagues that are Canadian.
Right. So see, like that's where it gets a little dicey. But in hockey, he has two teams in Alberta, right?
No. Stop.
Listen.
No, I want hatred from Flames fans and Oilers fans.
When they play each other, it's going to be hatred.
Jay, you are a troll. I expect a dedication to your fans. I want nothing but hatred from you. I don't want this love and support. What is this? Oh, I support them because no, bro.
Okay. So to answer Corey's question, right? I am a Mets fan. I take punishment all over the place. God. Yeah.
I respect Mets fans for it more. I'll be honest.
Listen, I was very lucky in my life. I've been there for like most of the success of most of the franchises here in New York. So like when the Mets went to the World Series in '86 and all that stuff, like I was there. I actually got to watch those games as a kid. My mom used to take me to those games, and we went to the playoffs and everything. So I saw that happen. When I started playing hockey, I was in high school, right? And Brian Leach was dating my gym teacher. I had just gotten onto hockey. I started watching the Rangers. I became a Ranger fan because of all that stuff, and our my high school's connection with the Rangers and everything. And they won the cup that year in '94. So it just I've been very lucky to watch my teams win very early. But now, as I get later on in life, they haven't won shit. Yeah. But it's okay. It's okay for me because I'm loyal to my teams.
So JL said you're right. Was I thinking F the Oilers?
There you go, Jay. There you go.
That's what I like to hear as a true Flames fan. I want nothing but I don't want kumbaya. Now listen, if you root for Toronto, that's acceptable to me. That's acceptable. But the Oilers as a Flames fan, ugh. I'm just
yes, Mets and Yankee fans do hate each other quite badly. Honestly, it's because it's a borough thing. So once you get to New York, it's a borough thing. It's not even a Yankee Mets thing. It's literally hey, we're from Queens. Hey, we're from the Bronx. And then it breaks out.
That is actually weird. Because I work down there in New York. I've noticed that. It's actually a weird little culture. Yeah, the boroughs don't even like each other.
Oh, negative.
You're from Brooklyn?
Listen, right? 5 boroughs. 1 is non-existent, right? Staten Island, sorry, you guys don't fucking count. It's just what it is. You guys are just there on paper. Then you have Brooklyn, right? You have the Bronx. You have Queens and you have Long Island. And Long Island is one of those. It's like, y'all kind of soft from time to time. Just saying.
I mean, listen. I'll say this though: the Islanders, they're a solid franchise. They have a good fan base, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, listen, even New York, right? Like, doesn't have a football team outside of Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
If we're really thinking about it, like the Giants and the Jets play in New Jersey.
Yeah, 100.
They should be called the New Jersey Giants and the Jersey Jets, personally, because like they don't play in New York. So, I mean, when they because New York's never won a football championship, never. It's never been New York. It's been New Jersey. And I will stick with that because New York, not a New York team. Hate to tell you all that. You playing in New York? The only franchise that has a team in New York in the NFL is the Buffalo Bills.
We just own Jersey so bad that we take their land and call it ours.
I mean, listen, just switch that Y to a J, and I respect it. But don't try to claim like you're, like you're from New York. You're not. You're not.
That was our spare property on Jersey. They had to give it up.
No.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because Buffalo doesn't even count as. All right, so
it does. It's actually in the state.
No. Hold on. Listen to what I'm about to say. So, it's very.
Let me just listen to this. Hold on. Let me sit down and relax and hear this ignorant take.
No. It becomes very segregated when it comes to New York, right? You're either from New York State or you're from New York City. Two different things, right? You're from New York City, you're from the 5 boroughs. You're from New York State, anything outside the 5 boroughs. We don't care about you.
The problem, see, but that's stupid. I mean, because, like, I'll be honest with you.
It's kind of how it goes.
Outside the 5 boroughs, there's a lot of other people, too. But, I mean, I get it. New York City is kind of like they're in their own little bubble.
Unfortunately, it really is a close-off bubble. Like, even the rules in New York City are different from the rest of the state, period.
I know, I know that for a hand because, like, as you know, as a firearm owner myself, like, I can't bring a gun into New York City.
Well, not only that, I mean, look at nightclubs, all that stuff, right? Like, we technically can, stay open till 4 o'clock legally, whereas the rest of the state is 2 o'clock.
Like 2? Yeah.
Right, it's 2 o'clock, right? Yeah. But, I mean, New York City, we say 4 o'clock, and, it's kind of like an all-day party anyway. Like, 4 o'clock comes, and then we find an after-hour spot.
So, right? Quick question, honestly, when it kind of comes down to it, as somebody that lives in the city and kind of is in that infestation, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people have left the city, right? And this is, I know this is a little outside of top hockey, but I'll just ask it. You've considered about moving, right? And do you think we'll kind of do you think New York City is getting to a point where it's so damn expensive that nobody's going to live there anymore? Like our families aren't going to live there anymore.
It's getting to that point where definitely it's not a place where, if you're middle class, like you're just hanging on.
Yeah.
It's become very, very, very difficult to live here. If you don't own a home, then it just, you're paying ridiculous amounts of money for rent.
It's just crazy, right? Because as you know, I work out of New York City on the tugboats, right? So we do a lot of crew changes up in New York, and pretty much the most of them. The one thing that surprised me is how expensive it is to live in New York City, right? So you could get I think for the cheapest even studio apartments I saw were around $1,800 to $2,000.
Yeah.
And it's just, you can't live off that. And to get a 2-3 bedroom apartment, it's like $3,000, maybe $3,500.
So hold on. To what Jay wrote, right? We don't treat it like it's 2 different cities, but there's 2 different cultures. The Brooklyn culture and Queens culture are very different, and literally, you can, where the border's at, you can tell the difference from across the street. It really is that crazy. It's not so much that they treat each other like separate cities, but we know what borough you're from. There's even depending on certain things, like you may even have an accent that makes you sound like you're from Brooklyn compared to Queens.
Mm.
You know, it's just the diversity in both areas are very different and
Mm.
kind of like on the opposite ends of the spectrum, which is why they have so much battles. And literally, the border is crazy because the border is like party central. The whole border, like you
Yeah.
go straight down, is like parties everywhere, both sides, everything, right? But we don't like we don't really think that we're a city kind of thing. It's just like this is my borough,
Mm.
that's your borough,
Mm.
that's it.
Well, my food's about here, so give me a few minutes. Let me go grab this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably eat off stream because I know it's weird to eat on stream. But
Yeah.
so I'm gonna be
You
back
could
in
eat it.
like
Nah, yeah, you could eat on stream. Nah, I've done it. I've done it for the sake of the audience.
nah, man. Listen, audience don't want
Ah,
to see
you
that
weak.
shit. And
You
plus, with
weak.
my beard, bro, food gets
So
stuck.
what?
Kind of
So
weird,
what?
bro. It's kind
Man
of
up.
weird.
Man up.
Let me go grab my food. I'll be back.
All right. Some notches. Honestly, I have no clue if it is, to be honest. So one thing, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but if you're from a place that has stuff, a lot of people that live in that area probably never go to those things. So like, I live in New York City, right? But I went to the Empire State Building once, because my daughter wanted to go. But I had never gone outside of that. I've crossed it. I've come across it. I went to school by there, all this stuff, but I never went there to go there. You know, like do the touristy thing. Same thing with the Twin Towers when they were up. I went there the week before because someone, my fiance, her family member had come by, and he wanted to see the Twin Towers and all this stuff, so we went there. And we saw the Twin Towers, we took pictures there and all that stuff. But had it not been for him, I would have never been there. I would have never seen the Twin Towers or visited. Empire State Building, same thing. What is it? Statue of Liberty? I've been there. Back in the day. So in Manhattan, you have the Twin Towers, the Chrysler Building, the power tower is what it's called, I believe now, or where it used to be the Twin Towers. That whole thing, like they have like this big monument dedicated to 9/11 where the building stood. Like it's a really nice. I used to work with them, where you get to see how the events unfolded and like some of the remains of like how the city crashed, some of the crushed fire trucks, all this stuff. It's a very emotional thing when you went. Like when I first went there, I wasn't expecting to get emotional. You know, I was emotional when it happened. It was like I said, I was there the week before, so it was very crazy. But the 9/11 Memorial and Museum, if you go there, if you ever have the chance to go there and understand the craziness that happened. Living here, like it just when it happened, it was you really didn't have real time to react. It was like just absolute madness from the first plane to the second plane to the towers coming down. From my house, I was on the roof. I was watching as the buildings fell. So it was just craziness. But yeah, miscellaneous said you have Central Park, you have Chinatown, Wall Street, Broadway. Yeah, major streets in Manhattan. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to do in Manhattan. It's where all the tourist stuff happens. Outside of that, it's pretty much nightlife, and now you can start going into places like, Brooklyn. Now that it's a little, I guess it's safer now for the most part. You can go to Brooklyn. You can see the Brooklyn Bridge, the Dumbo area. they've made all that stuff really nice. They have some really nice parks out there. But yeah, I mean, I think it's the facade of New York why people come and visit Manhattan. It is chaotic. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I don't like going to Manhattan at all. I'm not a fan. Um, I know how to get around everywhere, obviously, right? I've lived here my whole life. Um, and it I can't say it's a never ending wormhole, but it is never ending. Like you can just if you know all the places, all the right people and everything, you can party literally for like a month and just keep it going. Like it's just craziness. Uh okay. So living in New York, living anywhere is dangerous. Living in New York is not as dangerous as people think. Um it's different than what most people are accustomed to. Um but it's definitely I don't think it's dangerous. You just have to understand the culture and understand where you can go, where you can't go, kind of thing, right? But that's kind of anywhere. If I go somewhere else, I need to be very vigilant to, you know, the areas I would be allowed to go, where I could go, where maybe I shouldn't go, things like that, you know. But as far as like food and stuff like that, yeah, we have 24-hour spots. I mean, you'll know, like that's the thing, right? So we do have 24-hour spots, and 9 out of 10 times you'll know if a place is legit, which means that they keep their stuff the right way, it's clean enough, they follow the FDA rules and everything else, and things like that. But then you can also really easily spot the places that you're just like, yeah, I'm never gonna eat there. I'm good. I'll pass. Let's see. Are the train stations safe at night? Believe it or not, they are now. They've upped a lot of the police force. They've fixed a lot of things. So back in the day, when you see a lot of documentaries, you see a lot of stuff about New York. Our train system was absolute garbage. It was, it just didn't. It wasn't maintained properly and all that stuff. But they've really focused on improving everything, improving the lighting, improving the color, the safety of everything. So it's safe, but there are some places where it's kind of iffy, right? You just kind of got to figure that out. You have to have kind of like a nose. Paul went to go eat, Banner. Yeah, Paul went to go grab and eat. He felt embarrassed. He didn't want to have all his food on his little hairs on his chin. Yes, sir. I see you. But how you call it? Yeah, as far as like the train stations, Jay, it ain't nothing. It used to be one of those things where it used to be really, really crazy. What is it? Bro Marine just choked out Michael Jackson impersonators. You have to understand something about these impersonators. Sometimes they take it a little too far. Sometimes they really do, and you're just like, bro, like, calm down. And some of those guys, they make a living on what they get from people and stuff like that. So some of them, it's funny to sound, some of them get really pushy. But yeah, that's interesting. It's crazy because you can say that, but once you hear it's a different monster, it like, I don't know. It's like anywhere, right? You learn to live, you learn to love, and then you become part of where you live. And like I said, I've lived here my whole life, so for me, it's like I know exactly what it is, where it is, and all the time. That's funny. That's funny. um, of course, yeah, I've been to Jersey. I go to Jersey all the time. I have family there. I have friends there. Jersey's like right across the river. You know, it all depends on where you're going in Jersey, like, and what you're trying to do, right? You want to go gamble, you go to Atlantic City, all that stuff, or whatever. You can go to North Jersey. Like literally, that's like taxi boats that just go right across back and forth. But yeah, uh, Jersey Shore. So okay, so the Jersey Shore stuff. That's like the south part of Jersey, but you know, like it. That's like the deep end of Jersey. It's like a whole. That's like their own world. Like that's their Manhattan kind of area thing going on down that way. You know what I mean? Like that's like their party central when it comes to those things. So it is different. It's very different than the stuff here. More, you know what? Not Manhattan. They're more like Long Island. They're the Long. So like the Jersey Shore that you see on TV and all that stuff. That's more the Long Island of Jersey. But play has started here, and it looks like so far Dallas has kind of been keeping a neutral zone and not really allowing the Kraken to come through and kind of forcing the Kraken to have to make adjustments at the beginning of this period if they want to actually get into the Dallas zone. Let's see. Maybe in the burbs, never downtown. Well, I mean, that's one of those things, right? You'll find where you want to be. Like there's a place for everybody, right? Like you may like the burbs, you may like that in between, like a little bit closer to, like, because there's different levels to the burbs, right? A little bit further out, a little bit closer in, like right in the middle. It all depends, but like there's a place for everybody, literally. It's just crazy. Best NY movies, A Bronx Tale. It's funny. My best friend, his father was one of the Hell's Angels bikers in that movie. Um, yeah, and he's a great guy. I love the guy. He's awesome. You remember when they went into the bar fight and everything, and they had the bikers there? They were Hell's Angels. Yeah, my boy's dad was one of those Hell's Angels that they fought in there. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna say this, right. I like Dallas, but I'm pulling for the Kraken. Um, I like their fight. I like what they're bringing. Obviously it's a new organization that it's like their first time in the playoffs, and I don't know. I kind of want to see them go. I kind of want to see them go to the dance. I want them to kind of go all the way. Yes, now you can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that movie. Yeah, like I said, it's crazy that my friend's dad was one of the bikers in that scene. So Dallas wins a draw. They break out and see how now they're doing the smart thing. This is what I was saying they should be doing in the second period, which is just slow the pace down. Oh, welcome back, sir.
What up, man? I just
Slow the pace down. Try to stay in the Kraken zone. Not really permit the Kraken to come out. But you know the Kraken are making adjustments, trying to find ways. But as you can see, they can't sustain anything in the Dallas zone. Dallas
no.
has been very smart, just pushing them out and kind of just keeping them on the rim and just continuously pushing them out. So if the Kraken want to do something, they're going to have to really find an adjustment. As Dallas now goes on a breakaway, 2-on-1, and what a save! Good save.
What's the time for you?
15:23 is where they
Oh,
stopped.
Jesus Christ! Let me restart this.
Oh yeah, far back.
Yeah, I'm at like 17:20.
He finished 2 plates of grits. Yep, yes he did.
What's going on, David Banner? I appreciate you coming in, man. I always appreciate the support, man. Sorry about your Leafs, but the series ain't over. But
What'd you eat?
and thank you, Jimmy Dean.
Wait, what'd you eat?
Burger and fries.
Okay.
Haven't had that in a minute, so.
Okay. Yeah, I had some steak and eggs before the show. My specialty.
Now I'm at 1508, 1507.
Okay, hold on. I gotta fast forward.
But you gotta fast forward?
Yeah. I was already behind, bro.
Yeah. 1456 hit the whistle.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't a good showing by the Leafs. I mean, I wouldn't disagree. You know what? To be fair, I thought the Leafs actually had a lot of good offensive zone pressure there, though.
They just didn't finish.
They couldn't finish.
They couldn't finish, and that's a good sign, right? And you can't just throw them away. I mean, look at the Devils, right? Devils against the Rangers got blown out the first two games, and by no stretch of the imagination am I saying Toronto got blown out, but you can see that there's fight in Toronto. They have the skill. They're getting the opportunities. If they start converting those, they could be the one blowing out the Panthers if they actually cash in on all those opportunities. So it's really gonna have to Salisbury steak. No. I don't even. I forgot what it's called. I have it somewhere. I don't know. I just get different steaks and I just decide what I want to cook when I want to cook it.
Michelina said Nylander is a great Leaf, underrated shadow of Matthews. And then Banner says Matthews is playing like ass. I mean, I don't
think he's playing like ass.
I don't think he's playing like ass.
He's just not finishing.
Okay.
That he's playing okay. He's just not finishing. But Nylander, I think Nylander was probably the best Leaf out there.
Yeah, I agree.
He was all over the place. He was
flying.
Flying, creating chances.
The
other standout for the Maple Leafs was Kerfoot, and you called that at the beginning of the series that Kerfoot would have to be a difference maker. Yep. And I think he's definitely there. So I mean, not a bad showing at all by Toronto. They're just gonna have to find their feet going into the next game.
I mean, I did say Kerfoot will probably be the underrated guy, and he scored a goal today, right?
Yeah, he did.
And then he got a nice assist. So I think the series ain't over.
No,
it's just not. It's like until there's 4 wins in a series, it's not over.
Well, here we go. The Kraken have stepped up their game a little bit.
Oh,
what a bad pass! Bad pass. But they had sustained offensive pressure, and this is what they want to do. If they want to get back in this game, they're going to have to sustain that offensive pressure until they get something. They're going to have to keep going.
Oh, try to hit Johnson there on the fly. Good try. Heiskanen here. Taking a picture of him at the bench because that one-timer, he just missed, man.
Ooh, what a save by Grubauer.
He gets that a little bit higher, man. Oof.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Grubauer is just playing amazing right now.
Playing fantastic. Grubauer is really...
He's playing to form, But, yeah, Matthew gets paid. That's a tough one. Because I can't necessarily say that Matthew gets paid to finish. I think he has the ability to finish.
Wow.
Wow.
I almost got their second there.
Yeah, that would have been a crucial goal. Matthews is a center. He has to play defensively. He has to contribute to the offense. If he was just a finisher, he'd be a winger. He's not.
I mean, listen, he's not finishing, but I don't think it's for a lack of effort. I just think a little bit sometimes that's how the puck bounces go. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of puck luck. And some of those shots that went off the bar today would usually go in the bar and in, right? So, like a couple inches the other way, that's a goal. So, if I'm a Leafs fan, I'm not happy with what I'm saying because I think the Leafs were the better team overall in that game, but they just didn't have the ability to go past Bobrovsky because Bobrovsky decided to say, you know what, I'm making $10 million. I got to start making some saves, and he just turned it on. I mean, it's actually incredible to me how some of these goalies who've played absolutely horrendous in the regular season, like Grubauer, Bobrovsky, have just turned it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I think Leafs fans got to give the Panthers a little bit of credit too. I mean, they're just the way they play. It's a heavy style of play, and they didn't play that in their first round. Like Tampa is a good team, but is this the prime Tampa pass? No, it's not. Andre with a massive save there off the blocker and then the post.
Oh my! Saucy almost had it. I don't even think that's how you say his name. I think that's a different way of saying it.
What?
Saucy?
What's that?
Saucy? Right? How do you say his name?
I'm just gonna say saucy. Fuck it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I don't care at this
Someone's
point.
gonna correct us.
I don't give a fuck. You know how many people that get comments? It's actually this, and like some actually are really nice, but then you have the douchebags that are like insulting you, and it's like, dude, if you somebody complained about how I say Toronto, and then like on multiple videos, I can't watch these videos because he says Toronto the way he does, and I'm like, bro, then don't keep watching my videos. Just shut the fuck up. It's like, dude, do you understand what I mean?
Oh man.
Ullmark. So Ullmark was battling an injury. That's actually come out now, which makes sense. He didn't look right. I'll be honest with you. His movement sucked. He did play terrible, but I think that was due to Montgomery just not believing in Swayman. That's what I think happened. He didn't believe.
Yeah.
Toronto. I say Toronto, but Toronto, I don't care.
Toronto.
I mean, everyone in my area says Toronto that way. Toronto.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We pronunciate the T's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, we're not a backwards country down here.
Wow.
I'm joking. Relax, Canadian fans. I'm joking. Relax.
Wow. That's it.
Relax. Don't put me on a freaking billboard hating
bro,
me.
You're going to be on a billboard, most hated man in Canada.
Panther fans play gritty, at least trying to play fast, but not a possession game. You need to play. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't always agree. You can always rely on odd man rushes. I actually agree with that, Banner. You got to have puck possession. But that's actually why Dallas has been the better team in this game. Is they've had some good puck possession. I've seen some good foot feedback from the Kraken though.
On something just like see what you did. Oh man. Oh. Jesus.
Now it's gonna get all super political in the chat.
Oh god, I'm crying, bro. I'm crying.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate you guys.
You take me super serious for that. Unsubbed and dislike that. Dang, Banner.
Oh man.
Shit. I'm just joking around. You can't take me too seriously. You should hear my political podcast where I roast everybody.
Oh.
So, pretty rough. That was a great save. Blocker, boop, off the post. Dude, if that just like if that goes off a different angle off the post and off the back of him, that goes in. That's crazy.
Yeah. On it.
By the way, I did something I probably shouldn't have done today.
Oh.
I went to public skate. I went to public skate.
Oh.
I miss hockey. I miss playing it. But I went to skate. My hip didn't feel bad. I'll be honest with you. It felt pretty good. But I didn't like sprint or anything. It was just a nice, gentle, strides and gliding around. Just I miss being on the ice surface. I actually applied. I'm going to be coaching youth hockey this winter because I renewed my USA hockey certification, and
I want to assistant coach.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do some assistant coach stuff. I did that back in Rhode Island.
No, I'm saying, do you need an assistant coach? You know me.
Oh shit, bro! If you ever lived in the area, I would definitely do that. I would really like to get back into coaching. I was coaching high school.
I told you I want to coach, bro. It's just I honestly well, like I said, I'm gonna ask my boy Craig. But yeah, I mean, I just don't really
I'll
know.
show you how to get certified if that's what you're worried about. There's some courses you can take, and
yeah, for sure.
Pretty much every team, I believe, I know near me, you got to be USA Hockey certified, and that's some classes. I just I think it would be really fun to get back into it. Now, I like personally, this is just me. I either like coaching like the really really young kids where they're like 3 through 6, or I like coaching them in high school. When you get at a certain age level, they become a little bit whiny. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, it's not every kid, but it's fun to just teach them the basics and instructional, and then in high school you can kind of teach them certain systems.
I think I like the complications, to be honest.
Like high school?
Yeah, like not necessarily high school. Well, probably high school. Probably getting more higher on the collegiate level. Maybe getting into like college type of thing. But in that general age range, from high school to college, I feel like I would love to coach and really help mold some of these minds because I think Craig had said it previously.
Ooh.
Where
how is that in a pen?
Where coaching? Oh yeah,
that should have been
no. That's not a pen. That's not a pen. That's soft.
No, like the initial hit though, you're like
he rolled into it. It wasn't like a hit. It was like a roll in. But you get to see these kids and really
Dallas goes up 4-1.
Ooh.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Dallas, man, they got a good fight back. Because let's be fair, though, they needed someone else besides Pavelski to score, and we're seeing that. Dallas had a good game. Has had a good game thus far. Tyler Seguin. That's a guy that, you got to have him keep cooking. Why did they say that's unassisted when it went off of, like, hardly shot it from the point on the app? That was a great tip, though.
Oh,
no chance there for Grubauer.
Yeah. My man was falling.
So this is what Jay says. Everyone here calls it that way. So it's Toronto, like Toronto. So why have a T in it? Like I know, I genuinely mean it. Like, is T silenced in Canada? No, because the initial T's you can hear. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's a weird pronunciation from Canadians.
I mean, we have some of those.
Oh no, we do. No, we do.
We're probably the worst, like, English speaking country on the planet.
Yeah, I mean, listen. So I just want a clarification. So it's Toronto. Like there's no pronunciation of the T.
Huh.
I'm trying to clarify that because if I want to make sure when I piss people off, I can say it both ways. So I can dude, that's what I should do in my next video. I should go back and forth just to fuck with people.
So here in Toronto, where the team is doing well, Toronto is they're gonna be like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Why does it sound different?
Like, is he having a seizure mid-recording?
Oh, man.
Bro, there's so many times where I wanted just to kind of take the piss out of a certain...
Yeah, the fight left Seattle. You can kind of tell by their body language.
Body language, they're defeated.
Yeah.
This was a big win, though, for Dallas, though. They needed to have kind of a statement game after that rough loss. Because Yanni Gord, that was just great spinning shot, but...
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Joe Pavelski, I'm like, or if I'm on that Stars team, I was buying Pavelski a beer after the game. Like, hey, bro, thanks for keeping us in it. I wouldn't blame any of these goals really on Grubauer, though. He's made some nice saves. Some of these tips have just been phenomenal. Here we go. Here we go. Bjorkstrand coming in. Oh, a little shiftiness.
What are you, 54?
53, 52, 51. Or 52.
Yeah, okay, we're on the same page now. I had to fast forward a little bit. That was one hell of a tip by Seguin.
See, but well, you gotta understand, right? For me, growing up in the States, right, from where I'm from, even especially in Boston, with like, that's how they've said it for the longest time. Toronto, that is how they say it. My eyes, JL, my eye twitches when I hear Toronto. So, Toronto.
Damn.
It's hilarious though.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's good
Toronto.
to take.
Okay.
It's weird though because we play with people online that's never said anything about that. Like because we both play like with a lot of people from Toronto. They've never even mentioned that before.
Yeah, we play with a lot of Canadians.
Like, a lot of Canadians, yeah.
And they've never said anything when we say Toronto.
That's
ever.
Hilarious.
Someone's eye just.
You think just deep down they're just like these motherfuckers.
All right, Toronto. All right, well now we know Toronto.
I know. All right. Next video.
So is Montreal Montreal? I just want to be clear. I'm just asking to be on the safe side. Just saying.
Toronto. Yeah. I should do a really heavy Boston accent. Say
oh
Toronto.
God. Yeah. Oh God, that heavy Boston accent.
From Boston. That's how we say it where I'm from, anyways. I don't know about other provinces. Okay.
Okay, Toronto.
I mean, I'll take all jokes aside. I'll take it into note.
I'm finished.
Yo, I'm done. I can't put that on stream.
I'm finished with you, better. Oh man, listen. The one time I went to Toronto, how you call it? Literally, I can't remember.
If you have a French accent, then yes, that's how they probably pronounce Montreal that way.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I went to Toronto and I don't remember anything. I got so fucking hammered, and I was staying in Buffalo, but somehow we made it back. I woke up back in Buffalo, but I know we went to Toronto that night. Just no clue what happened at all. It's so fucked up.
Yeah, I'll say about Toronto, it's actually a pretty nice city.
It is from the little bits I can remember, like the small flashes.
Did you go to?
No clue.
Where did you go in Toronto? Do you remember at all?
No, bro. I remember the drive we were. See, so this is where it all went south, right? Like we were driving to Toronto, right? But we were drinking in the car.
Oh Jesus Christ, dude!
We were I was in college, right? It's like fuck it, let's get fucked up, right?
I know.
Driving in, getting fucked.
We don't encourage this, by the way, on the fucking.
Not at all. Not at all.
That very clear.
Very. Yeah. Don't do what I did. All right. I'm lucky to be here. But yeah, no clue where we went. Thankfully, I wasn't driving that day. Not for that portion. But yeah. And then Montreal, I used to go to school about 30 minutes from Montreal. So I used to go to Montreal all the time. Or Montreal. Whichever one you want.
No, just say Montreal. If you say it that way, then I'm going to get pissed off.
You're going to get an aneurysm and a tick?
It's just Montreal.
But yeah, no. Like, whenever I used to go to Montreal, like, you cross the border, you go to the Rocket. Or, like, that was when you're, like, 18 or whatever, because that's where you can first start drinking and all this stuff, whatever. But, like, as you get older, you start going further in and you go to the actual city. You go to, like, the nightclubs and all that stuff. Pretty fun stuff. I've had a great time every time I go to Montreal.
Bad pass there on the blue line. David Banner says, French Canadians are the most pompous, cunty people you'll meet. If you don't speak French, they'll treat you like an idiot. I mean, I'll be fair. And maybe this is because I had somebody in my friend group that actually spoke the language and was like an asshole back. That didn't really faze me. I just had him teach me certain curse words. So.
See, like it didn't faze me, but I definitely know what you're saying.
Yeah, they treat you like a second class citizen.
Yeah, they're just like
you don't speak French. They're like
they give you that little side eye. They turn their body like this, like you're diseased.
To be fair, though, I'm going to be very real. This is just going to be a blunt observation. Don't we do that down here in the States as well? If you're only speaking English, like, I don't think they speak English. I mean, that's their country.
I don't know. I've never.
Yeah, but okay, you're Ecuadorian, right? So I mean, that's a little different. I'm saying as a white person that has gone into white areas that only speak English, right?
Uh-huh.
Like that is the sentiment a lot of people can have. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just being blunt. Like, people are like that. People
of course, 100%.
People are gonna hate you. People will hate you if you have a certain hairstyle. Like, ugh, what is this? Ugh. Yeah. Like, it's just, that's people. But I will say the French can be a little bit obnoxious. But I've met a lot of nice French people as well, right? They heavily speak French and they don't speak English. And, they'll treat you with respect if you treat them with respect. But there's always going to be assholes, yeah.
Of course, 100%.
So, I mean, and maybe it's different because we do play a lot of, like, with a lot of French people. We're more exposed to, like, more than just the douchebags out in public that, like, ugh, tabarnak? Why are you not speaking the French? Like, it's,
Yeah.
I
enjoyed the strip clubs in Montreal, I will say that.
Very cool.
What they do with the beer bottle.
French Canadians are our gem, to be real. Granted, I am biased. JL said, would you guys ever consider doing a political stream about Trudeau and Biden comparisons? I would do that on the Talking Shit podcast. I wouldn't do that on the Locker Room, right? I'm not going to have a political thing on here, but I would. So if you want more political side and just more than just hockey, subscribe to the Talking Shit podcast. David Banner. to be honest, you look like the guy that speak out. God damn it, this is America. Look, let's go, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, bro. I listen to some country. I got to listen to some country. Let me get my vodka.
I'm finished. I'm done. I appreciate you.
I bet David Banner's in my head, like, his vision of me is like, I don't like your kind around here.
Oh, man.
I don't like your kind around here, boy. Like, come on. What? Someone's going to clip that completely out of context? Like, look at this racist. Look at this racist with, like, only minorities. His friends, like, it's token minority.
You know what the crazy part is, right? Some of the foods, right, that they have in Canada and we don't have in the States, and it's made by companies that render food in both sides. Like, there's certain things. You remember when who was it? When Deeks put a picture of these little things? I forgot what they're called. Remember?
Yes.
We'd never seen that.
Yeah,
we had no clue what that was. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Even down here, like, I struggle because I miss poutine. Yeah, I love poutine.
Poutine is good, though. Actually, no, it's
I love.
Oh, wow, 3-on-1. Oh, what a nice shot there, man. Eberle buried that top shelf. That's unfortunate for that Dallas defender with a stick broke. Wow, nice bury.
Yes, sir.
What a bury. Seattle, they got 3 minutes 27 here. They got a little bit of time.
Wow. By the way, I changed my number in hockey, by the way. And it feels different, but it seems pretty good.
Yeah. Putin.
Yeah.
Putin.
I don't know if we're talking about Russia or food. I can't figure it out, but whatever. We're here.
I've heard that it's called this poutine.
Poutine.
I know that because I've really talked to Canadians that call it that.
I mean, no. In EA, the NHL game, they say poutine.
Yep, they do.
They do. They say poutine.
And that's how I get my information.
Same. EA. It's in the game.
Oh, that's offside. That's completely offside. He played that behind him.
But yeah. Nah, Jay. Give us corrections. We'll take it. We enjoy it. We learned something.
No, Jay, I don't care. I'm just taking the piss when I'm saying that.
Yeah. But like really Putin, bro. So, like I said, I went to college like half an hour away from Montreal, but on the state side in New York. And there was like a Putin spot right there. So I used to go there and eat all the time after.
There's like a Russian spot out here.
I'm sorry. Oh, God. And so I used to go there after the bar because I was a bouncer. I used to go grab some Putin, go back to the bar.
That was over the net.
But yeah, I mean, I miss that. There's no spot down here in New York City that has Putin. So I kind of want to go to Montreal, or I just want to go to Canada.
They might not have Putin, but they have my Putin.
This guy.
It's just Seattle got some good offensive pressure here. 2 minutes 30 empty net here, 6-on-5. Here from the point, eberle here on the half wall working down low. Wow, Johnson, good play there by Johnson, really forcing the play. Yeah. But Seattle keeps possession. They need to get some shots here on net.
Yeah, they got to take a shot. They can't keep doing this.
Shoot it.
Shoot it.
Jesus.
I think we would have shot out the first shot.
Time's running out in the game. Shoot the puck.
Yeah, I mean, he gave him too much time to adjust to the shot that was coming.
That's something that drives me crazy with certain teams. I know that drove me crazy with my team in the first round. So it's like, I'm gonna hold it. Just shoot it. Shoot that thing. Especially if you can get it low on net. You don't know how those rebounds would go, or blocker side.
Yeah, 100%.
I will say the Seattle jerseys are fucking fire. I love them.
Yeah. I love it. The simplicity of it. Their home jerseys, the dark navy blue. Oh my god, yeah.
You know what?
I'm gonna have somebody buy me one. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna call him. As a matter of fact, I want to message him right now.
I actually don't. I'm not the. I think these Dallas jerseys look not bad. Don't get me wrong. I preferred their like early 2000s, 90s jerseys over like that Stars logo. I like that more. I don't know if I'm crazy. I just don't. The Dallas with the D with the star. Like, it's not terrible, but I don't know. Did you like the older Stars jerseys, like the ones with Mike Modano?
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Like, Mike Modano was definitely a freaking monster. I love Mike Modano, and I love those jerseys, like the black ones. Oh man, those
the
so
black
dope.
ones with like like it says Stars, but it has like
like
that's just fire.
That one right there, yeah, that's the one.
That's my favorite. I think the worst jersey is the one where they just have Dallas in front.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that.
That's an ugly jersey, but a jersey I used to hate absolutely was the Pooh Bear jersey from the Bruins, and I don't know if it's because the white version just looks better, but I'll say this: like the white over the like kind of brownish gold, darker the gold tint they had in the late '90s, early 2000s. I think it's just better.
And for everybody watching, by the way, so for the people who are associated with the Patreon, we will be recording a jerseys episode that you guys can join in on. If you're not part of the Patreon, try to become part of the Patreon. Definitely join that. Do that whole thing, because we're gonna do that with. He's missing. That's definitely on icing. We're going to be doing one on jerseys, so we'll be talking about, what we think is the best looking jerseys for each franchise, and then overall coming to the voting of which jersey is the hottest jersey and not the hottest jersey.
Is Dr. He's fine. He's just been working a lot, and his energy level's actually been kind of depleted. Like, he's been working a lot, and he's been kind of fighting, I think, a cold. He's just not been himself. And we were supposed to do a show the other day, but then he was asleep. He just hasn't been feeling great. So he's just kind of battling some things. That's why I'm kind of been doing a lot of different stuff on the channel, and kind of picking up a little bit for the slack. It looks like he's feeling better. So if he's 100% tomorrow, we're going to be going live at 11. But I'm playing it by ear. I'm not going to post anything until I can kind of confirm he's good to go. I've been doing a lot of stuff here on the locker room side of things, so it's kind of this has kind of been taking a lot of my attention. I'm not gonna lie, since I'm doing nightly streams.
It's playoff hockey, baby.
Yeah, streaming hockey every night, doing videos every night, and covering every single team. Ooh, that might be out. That's
a power play, my brother.
Power play there.
That is a power play. No penalty. Stop it.
Wow.
Sold.
Also, I'll be releasing the video we did yesterday about Gallant as a head coach in New York. But I'll be making another video after this game tonight about Seattle and the Dallas game. Good statement game here for Dallas, I gotta say. If they can keep playing strong here.
7-game series, bro.
That is. Series. Oh, nice low shot there.
Oh,
like that.
Okay. Sneaky.
So Dunn coming back. 57 seconds here. good game here for Seattle, man. They've really, played a good game. Only one game though, but 2-1 series is.
I mean, they took home ice advantage. That's the goal when you go into someone else's house, right? Win one, split, so you can get the home ice advantage.
Exactly. So that's good for Seattle, and I think Seattle's going to clean up some of their game next game, right? I think they played better in game one, obviously, and Dallas got more depth scoring, and that's what they kind of needed. And this is good play here in the corner, man. Just keeping it, pinning it to the wall, securing the W. Roope Hintz will get it up, and then a nice soft lob here to seguin. And 10 seconds. So this is over.
Yeah.
This is over. Good performance there by Dallas. Oettinger made some good saves. Grubauer he played pretty well, though, too, if I'm being real. So the series is tied up at 1-1.
And Seattle still look good in their loss.
They still look
good.
Yeah. So this is the shots. 37-27 in favor of the Stars. Stars dominated on the face-off dot, 69% to 31%. Stars were 1 for 3 on the power play. Kraken were only 0 for 1. Hits 45-32 in favor of the Kraken. Blocks 13-10 in favor of the Kraken. And giveaways, Stars had more giveaways with a 15-7 ratio. The goal scorers on the night were Wyatt Johnson got the first, Dadonov with the second, Ty. How do you say that? Would it be Cart or Kaite?
Cardi.
Ty Cardi, and then Joe Pavelski again, 5th goal of the series would score, and then Tyler Seguin in the 3rd period, and then Jordan Eberle on a nice stipe. I mean, good game overall. I think we saw a lot of depth for the Dallas scoring. And Grubauer's numbers on the night on 37 shots against makes 33 saves for an .892 save percentage. I don't think that's a representation of how good he played. I'm not going to blame too many of those goals on him. They were just good redirects or good shot opportunities. And then Jake Oettinger on 27 shots against makes 25 saves for a .926 save percentage. Yep. I mean, that's a good game, man. They played well. Yep. Thank you for popping in, David Banner. Appreciate you popping in. I appreciate everybody popping in. We got a good. We were pretty much in double digits the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything looking good. So we got another good night of hockey. We'll do a little post-night wrap-up here. All right, we'll talk about both games. Let's talk about this game first. Who stood out to you for the Dallas Stars?
For the Dallas Stars, let's see who stood out for me. I mean, obviously the most obvious one is obviously Joe Pavelski.
Right.
But one of the guys that stood out was Hintz.
Roope Hintz,
yeah. Playing very well defensively. And still kind of trying to create plays on the offensive side, which he's more known for his offense than he is for his defense, and he actually was very good defensively. He covered very well, and didn't allow too much in the middle, and I think that's going to be crucial for Dallas to win this series.
So, for me, it would be Wyatt Johnson. I liked what I saw him from the rookie. He performed pretty well. I mean, you kind of named a couple of guys I was going to talk about, but yeah, Pavelski, Oettinger looked good as well. For Seattle Kraken, anyone that stood out to you?
For me, let's see. I want to say Cardi and Beniers.
Yeah, Beniers is a good one. Yeah.
Both of those guys, they had a good step tonight. They applied a lot of pressure. I don't think Beniers got any points, but he definitely looked good. He was applying offensive pressure. Cardi obviously got that first goal, but he also had a nice little step. He was also creating a lot of pressure and causing some mayhem in the back there. But those are the two guys that really stood out to me.
Okay. For me, I think Grubauer, even though the statistics don't show it, he made some big saves, and I think he looked good overall. Some of the goals were just, good scoring chances and some good redirects. Like that Seguin tip, you can't blame him on that. That's just a phenomenal tip.
Yeah.
So Grubauer, I mean, Eberle didn't play too bad, but Beniers stuck out to me. I think his two-way game was pretty decent tonight.
I'll tell you who stood out. You know who stood out? The entire defensive core for the Kraken. I don't know if anybody else really paid attention, but in all the offensive pressure they were doing, their defense was up front and center in front of the goalie,
Sure.
and also getting back in time and preventing a lot of the clean breakouts. That's very difficult to do. You have to have high energy. You have to be pushing, pedal to the metal the whole time. And I think that the defense may be underrated.
So let's talk about the first game of the night, the Toronto Maple Leafs against the Florida Panthers. So this was the series in which Florida took the first one, and they look really good. The Maple Leafs had, the opportunity to at least get one win at home, and they kind of fell short. Now they got the first 2 goals of the game, right? They started out really strong, but just like a theme of this playoffs for the Panthers, doesn't matter how many goals they get down by far and how late or early it is in the game, they are going to strike back, and they eventually win this game 3-2. I'll start off first with guys that I thought were extremely notable. I think Tkachuk, he played another really good game. I liked a lot of what I saw from him. And, I think it goes without saying, Pavelski was fantastic in that game. Absolutely fantastic. What about you? Anyone that stuck out for you for the Panthers as well?
Duclair.
Yeah.
Duclair, I love his game. It's subtle, but he's always involved, right? He can be physical when he needs to be. He doesn't really depend on it. He doesn't rely on it too much or whatnot. He doesn't really make it like a statement for himself, but he can be physical when he needs to be. He's grown into his body very well, and he's one of those guys that can sneak something in. I think he had one assist.
The one that impresses me about Duclair is I think he's gotten stronger as the playoffs have gone on, and it seems like he's getting a little bit more of his skating leg. So yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good pick.
Yeah.
Now for Toronto, I'd say I think we'll both agree on this. The one guy that really stood out was Nylander. Like he was all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
He played a really good game.
Incredible game. Even I know they lost, but Toronto didn't play bad.
No,
they didn't play bad. They did not.
I would actually argue they were the better team pretty much through the most of the game.
Yeah, they played very well. Definitely Nylander was my standout as well. He was a -2, but
I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, so am I. But man, he's one of those guys that can, flip the coin for you. Yeah. He's gonna be a difference maker, and I think it's coming. Like I think he's found his stride because you kind of noticed him in the first game, right? But then the second game, now he's just like out there, like you just see him all the time, and I think that next game, it's gonna be one of those where it's like, hey, I'm here, kind of thing, and it's really gonna shine for him. Let me see. Who else? I want to say O'Reilly. O'Reilly. I know he's older. He's one of the veterans on the team, but he has some young legs tonight. Like he was pushing.
He looked good. Yeah, he
was skating very well tonight. He was creating. He was agitating the other. You know what I'm saying? He was agitating Florida. He was in their face the whole time. Like he looked like a young version of himself, and that's what Toronto's going to need from him. Especially if he can continue to get secondary scoring, it's going to be huge for them from him.
Absolutely, I would definitely agree with that. I think, but yeah, those were the 2 games. Dallas beats the Kraken pretty handily, tie that series up 1-1. And then the Florida Panthers just took it to the Maple Leafs, and they take a 2-0 series lead. Now, none of these series are over, obviously. You got to win 4. And I'm expecting a big game from Toronto in Game 3. And the Kraken going home, I'm expecting that to be a bonkers atmosphere. So, before we get out here, anything else you want to add?
Can't wait to watch the Seattle games. Seattle's going to be absolutely a madhouse.
Absolutely.
It's going to be, and I love that for the sport, right? Because it's still a very, very new market to hockey, and the city has embraced it. They love it. They support their team. a lot of those people did not know what hockey was as they went to games, and they slowly and steadily learned about the game. And I mean, they're invested 100%. The fans, the city, everybody in Seattle is invested in that team, and it's good to see the growth and how the hockey has expanded into some of these places where maybe 10 years ago Seattle would have been a joke. It would have been like.
Well, to be fair, though, but I'll be fair to the Seattle fan base. They had the Seattle Thunderbirds there that they did support like crazy in junior hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had hockey in that market, just in a more of a minor league or junior league level. So, but I mean, yeah, I would agree. Like, a lot of people are learning on the fly, but Seattle is passionate, man. You get any sport there: soccer, basketball, football, hockey. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if the NBA goes back to Seattle for a basketball team.
The Seattle Supersonics are always. First of all, I love the Seattle Supersonics jerseys and name.
The name is fire. That's like a fire name. Like, I wish they didn't go to Oklahoma.
Yeah. I mean, and I actually like their color scheme. The green with the red and the gold.
Yeah, it looked fire.
Yeah, like it definitely was. And who could forget Sean Kemp? Oh.
Ray Allen was a superstar there.
Yeah, he couldn't palm a ball, but he can dunk the life out of it.
Absolutely.
So that's a fun fact about Sean Kemp. He cannot palm a ball. His hand is too small. The way that
I can't palm a ball either.
So the way he palmed it, he grabbed it towards his wrist and forearm, and that's how he grabbed it to dunk every single time.
I mean, that's smart though. That's overcoming your disabilities. Probably what I should start doing. But I usually just get forced to shoot threes in the corner. That was just my job. But anyways, we'll appreciate everybody popping in. We had a good audience throughout all of it. If you enjoyed these videos, make sure to subscribe at TheLockerRoomYT on YouTube. We are trying to keep building this audience. We've had a lot of support, a lot of growth within the last few months, honestly, and we're currently over 3,200 subscribers, and we're looking to maybe reach 4,000 to 5,000 possibly by the end of the postseason. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that watches this channel. Whether you are a fan of whatever fan base, your support is much appreciated. I am Captain Paul. That is Fajardo 1BW, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.